Have you ever been asked what your career plan is? Well, for some, this can be easy. You've always wanted to be a doctor. You've always wanted to be a teacher. But for some, this can be a difficult question. You don't know what you want to be. For me, it kind of was like this. It was a sign. Did I want to go into engineering? Did I want to become a teacher? Well, I started working for a company called ZFTRW, and after 10 years, I was promoted up to a project manager. So for me, it's really important to get up to that senior level project manager. So today we're going to talk about what do you need to do to become a project manager. So the agenda for today is, what are the work tasks for a project manager? What are the work tasks that interest me? How do you prepare to become a project manager? What knowledge do you need to become a project manager? The working conditions, the demands, the advancement opportunities that are available in most companies, the hiring practices, the employment outlook and wages, and the current job listings. So the first thing are the work tasks. The project manager is a part of a bigger scope called project management. So there's 4 quadrants: evaluate, design, development, and analyze. This is called a product life cycle. This can happen many, many times for a product or a process. So to get into the details of each of these, evaluate is you need to be able to lead, plan, and organize a product or a process. The design side, as a project manager, you need to be able to coordinate, drive, and hold people accountable for their actions. Development, you need to be able to take the project and understand the timing and meet that timing. And analyze. At the end, you need to analyze your results. Is there room for improvement for your next project? So, what work tasks interest me? Well, I love being able to manage without a lot of direction from others. I love that you can be given a project and you manage it from beginning to end. I love being able to promote consistency in processes and procedure. I love being held accountable for deliverables. And I think it's great to be able to promote good teamwork. So how do you prepare to become a project manager? Well, in most organizations, you have to have your bachelor's degree. So you can either get your bachelor's degree in business administration, business management, or any other technical field. If you like engineering or you like the supply chain, you could do those as well. When you're taking your college courses, focus on project management, business, computers, and then those functional areas that I talked about before. Once you land that job, your employer is going to want you to get a program management certification. There are 3 levels. The CAPM is more of a basic certification. The more common one that employers want is the PMP, so they're going to require you to get that. And if you work for a company that is international, they're going to require you to get the IPMA. So what do you need to know to become a project manager? Well, project management has 9 competencies. They are scope, time, integration, cost, quality, resource, communication, risk, and financial analysis. But the big 4 are in this diagram. You need to be able to define your scope, understand your time when you need to get things done, make sure that your costs are in line, and that you have the people to drive the scope. If you can follow all 3 of those, your quality in your project or your process is going to be high. Working conditions. Most project managers work in an office or a cubicle, but some people are allowed to work from home, so that's kind of like a new thing that's going on in many organizations. You're going to be required to work at least a 40-plus hour week. There's going to be high levels of stress based on tight deadlines, but that's part of the job. As far as advancement opportunities, within my company, there are 4 levels of project management levels. The first 2, the project manager 1 and the project manager 2, are based on just the experience that you have as a project manager. So you don't need any other qualifications. But when you move into a project manager 3, you must be PM certified. So your company is going to make you get that certification. If you want to move up into a senior project manager level, this is where I want to get to. I need to have 10 to 12 years of experience, I must be certified, and I must have supervisor experience. The highest level is a director of program management. This requires the PM certification, the supervisor experience, and if your company is global, they're going to look for that global experience. So what hiring practices do most companies use? Well, most companies are going to look first internal. Do they have a candidate that has the right skills? And the reason they do that is because not only do your internal candidates know your processes and they know your products, it's perfect, so you can just move them right into that role. If they can't find an internal candidate, they're going to do resume searching. And there's 2 ways that can be done. There's recruiters out there, and they'll use things like LinkedIn. They'll look for your resume. Do you have the right skills to get the work done? And then they'll use their HR department, where they'll post ads in papers and look for people with the right skill set. Once the resumes are found, and they've found the right people, they'll start holding job interviews. They're going to bring you in, they're going to look at the specific skills that you have that meet the demands of their company. They're also going to look at your personality. Are you a good fit for their company? Will you work well with people that are in that company? As far as wages, this was a difficult one. As I did my research, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics said project management is not an occupation. So that was kind of odd. So I had to start looking at other type of management positions. There's management positions in every company, in every industry. So what I came up with was the national salary for a project manager or a type of manager ranges between $54,000 and $170,000 on the national level. For a local salary here in Minnesota, you're about 67 to 185. So as you can see, there's a big gap, a big range. But that all depends on your skill set. What skills do you have? What level of experience do you have? If you're just starting out, you're going to be at the lower end, maybe even lower than what's here. But if you get up into that director of program management level, you can be seeing figures this high. As far as the overall projected growth, this was difficult as well because depending on what industry you're in, it's going to all depend on how much growth there's going to be. For instance, the 4% in the automotive industry. If cars aren't selling, there's not going to be very many project management roles. In other areas like computer science or the healthcare field, it could be as high as 17%. So that's great. Current job listings. Like I stated before, project managers are needed in all organizations. All organizations have products or processes. They have to be managed. I did a little looking online. Monster.com had over 1,000 jobs available for project managers. CareerBuilder.com, 2,500 jobs. Local jobs within my area, there were 220 jobs. I did a search within my own company, and there were 23 open senior level positions available. But the bad part was they're all international, so there's nothing here locally, but things can change. So is this job for me? Is becoming a senior project manager right for me? Yes, it is. My skills. I have industry experience. I have management experience. I have product experience, global experience. I'm working on my bachelor's degree, and I'm also working on my PM certification. Thank you.